Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Z. Today we're doing another Q&A, so let's just get the hell right into this. Fifth form meta cooler, so I guess a hypothetical fifth form if he got like a boost. The same that he got when he fought Goku in the first movie. Versus Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Well, they didn't really specify what Gohan here, so I'm just going to assume they mean... I'm going to assume Teen Gohan, but regardless of if it's Teen Gohan or Adult Gohan, either way, I would say Cooler would still lose. I mean, that's not only is the base form, like you gotta think about this. Goku and Vegeta combined defeated a Meta Cooler, right? But Gohan in his base, you know, theoretically, well, what we know is that Gohan was stronger than the Goku and Vegeta that fought Meta Cooler. So just logically thinking, you know, go Super Saiyan. I mean, hell, even a regular Super Saiyan with all the training from the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, that should be enough for a final form Meta Cooler, I guess you could say. So that's my answer to that interesting question. 2 Mecha Friezas versus 1 Meta Cooler. Okay, so we can look at it like this. Trunks easily defeats Mecha Frieza, but the Goku and Vegeta that fought Meta Cooler, or I don't know why I say Meta Cooler, Metal Cooler, those Goku and Vegetas were way stronger than the Trunks that fought Frieza. So just based on how much trouble Cooler gave him, I mean, it'd basically be like 2 Mecha Friezas would be like 2 dogs trying to get at him, I guess. Not even dogs, because a dog could still kill someone, right? Two toads or something, I don't know, something not... Basically what I'm saying is he could swat them away like nothing. He could just swat them away. Who wrote the Legend of Dragon Ball book in the Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F Trunks, or Future Trunks edition? So the special, the extended cut that had, like, if you guys saw the stuff from it, it had the reanimated Goku versus Frieza battle from Namek. And opening the book up, it was basically opening up a book that told like that story of what happened on Namek, and it says the Legend of Dragon Ball, but it's really the Legend of like Frieza. Who wrote the book? I have no idea. I know Trunks was opening up the book, but we don't really know who opened it up, or I'm sorry, who wrote the book. With the Dragon Ball story group being expanded with the recent edition of the Yamcha manga, with which character would you like to see have a manga based on them next? I personally would want to see an adventures of young Mr. Satan and how he became martial artist. He is at the Cell Games. Loaf the vids, by the way. I think a Mr. Satan manga or even another episode like centered around him. I always love seeing Mr. Satan. I think that'd be great. A lot of people don't like Mr. Satan, really. I might surprise some people, but a lot of people don't like him. I love Mr. Satan. I love his interactions with Majin Buu as well. I think that something with Master Roshi would be cool. Really, there's a couple characters that you could really focus on, honestly. I think something with Bulma-centric would be kind of boring. There's definitely characters you wouldn't want to have it centered on, but if you're going to do a side story on someone... unless it's like Tien, which could be a cool side story with his training, and maybe he fights some bad guys here and there, I guess. I don't really know about that. But, you know, he's always off training, and maybe he does some other stuff too, so we get a little insight of that. Maybe just a manga chapter or something, you know, that would be kind of cool. But you could see something like Bulma not really being that interesting, you know, watching all of her just repairing stuff and working on robots, and maybe... before she met Goku, I don't really know, but you have to, I think, like I was saying, unless you're picking someone like Tien or something, I think if you're going to do a side story, it has to be something that has a lot of gags in it, really. It has to be funny. But Mr. Satan would be the top of the list, probably. What if Super Buu came from another timeline, beat Goku and the others, absorbed Vegeta, and later absorbed Beerus and attacked the main timeline? Would the Z Fighters stand a chance? Absolutely not. I mean, even if they... absolutely not. No, there's no way. I mean, if you're going to absorb Beerus, you can even assume that he's going to absorb Whis as well. I mean, we're assuming he can absorb all these people, right? But, I mean, that's a big power, so I would assume not. Oh, jeez. And I mean, I don't know if you're talking about current Dragon Ball Super or not, but if a Buu, that's such a weird question. If a Buu from another timeline, how the hell do you even get? I'm not even gonna try to make my own headcanon around this. So, just basically, you're saying is Buu absorbed Vegito, Beerus? Let's just say he absorbed Whis too. I mean, no, they don't have a chance. I mean, you gotta think, along with all that power, he's got the regeneration. So, and the durability and his stamina that Buu has, it's crazy. Was Gohan ever enrolled to any public school somewhere between the BoJack Unbound and Broly Legendary Super Saiyan movie before he went to high school in the Buu arc? We're not really sure, I guess, are we? Unless they said it somewhere, which I must have missed over all these years. I don't really think he was. He was doing stuff at home, and well, obviously he was actually training. Maybe it was summer vacation. I have a question. Would the Dragon Balls of Future Trunks' world come back if our Piccolo from the Universe 7 went to that timeline? No, that's not really how it works. The thing is that the timeline that number one, I'm not sure if you know that it is still Universe 7 for Trunks' timeline. It's just a different timeline. It's not like it's a different universe, but I mean, I'm just assuming that by the way you worded that you specified Universe 7. It's still the same universe, just a different timeline. But the Dragon Balls in that timeline are linked to that Piccolo. So, and Kami, they're linked to that. So I wouldn't think that they would come back at all if that Piccolo came back. That's just kind of how I would see it. I wouldn't think that's something that would happen. I mean, when you really think about it, it is kind of an interesting question because they aren't really, I mean, they're the same exact person, so what's different, right? No, he didn't answer my question. I don't know if that's related to me, but it doesn't have anything to do. I don't know where what that's exactly pertaining to. In the future, is Kaba's future wife Broly with tits? Please write answer. I don't need to write the answer if I'm gonna, well, I guess they want me to write it. Okay. We don't know. That's my answer. I mean, I would think that it's just his sister or something, just because they have like similar eyes and just, you know, appearance in general, I guess you could say. I mean, it could be his wife, and we don't know who the hell it is. But I would say it's probably like his sister or relative or something, or maybe all the Universe 6 Saiyans kind of look like that with the eyes. I don't really know. What do you do when you wait for the next Dragon Ball Super episode to come out? I make videos, I play Xbox, I drive around sometimes, go to a store. I just live my life like it normally is. I mean, when Super ends, it's, you know, an episode ends, it's not like it's the end of the world till the next one come out. It's only a week, and I have plenty of things to keep me preoccupied. So, will we ever see Saiyan tails be used as a plot device again? Since Vegeta and Goku and Super appear to have reached a limit to their power, it could be a way to get a power boost for the Universe Tournament. I don't really think they've reached their limit. I know there was the time where Vegeta was talking about, like, you know, oh, we're reaching our pinnacle or something. It was like around episode 33 or something like that. I don't remember the episode exactly, but he made a line about that. Obviously, then they went to the time chamber before the Universe 6 arc, and they got stronger. And Vegeta again got stronger before coming back to fight Goku Black again. Remember when he's training in the time chamber, and he blew it up. So they definitely haven't reached their pinnacle at all, I don't think. And I don't think that Super is going to use Tails as any plot device. I mean, it's possible, don't get me wrong, that they could say something about Tails, or, you know, just mention Tails somewhere, saying Tails, just because Super has a thing of bringing back old ideas. I'm liking that. They're bringing back some old characters that bring back older ideas. They make references, so I like that. But I don't think we're really going to see anything with Tails. This is my gut feeling. Would you like to see a spin-off of about the life of Master Roshi, examples, his mentoring, enemies he may have faced. I think that, again, like as pretty much going back to what I said before, I think that'd be cool. Master Roshi's a very comedic character, and not only comedic, but he's also very wise. You know, he was a master. He is a master, I should say, and a very skilled martial artist. So you can get action and comedy going in there. It would really be like classic Dragon Ball in a way, so it could be cool. If future Gohan didn't die and trained, would he be stronger than Goku Dragon Ball Super? Hashtag Mr. Gohan Squad. Future Gohan's kind of a puss when you really think about it in terms of how strong he is. I understand he has a lot of shit he went through, just like Trunks. I understand that the world is torn up and destroyed and everything like that. But that Gohan's about as strong as Goku was on Namek when he fought Frieza. And he's had so many years to train, he's only gotten that strong. And I understand he doesn't have a lot of tools to train with, right? But if he survives and trains, unless he gets the same training treatment as Trunks did with the, you know, the Supreme Kai, and from what we saw in the manga, we got like the Z-Sword crap and all that stuff. Unless that happens, there's no chance of getting anywhere close to even defeating Cell, probably. That's my opinion, just based on how that character was progressing and the tools they have to train, right? But even with all the training, he wouldn't be as strong as Goku from Dragon Ball Super, so. Do you prefer the soft and more uptight Vegeta? You know, before you said Vegeta, I could have sworn this was a whole different question. Soft and more uptight Vegeta. Also, do you think... Okay, so do I prefer the more soft or the more uptight? Also, do you think Dragon Ball Super should be written more seriously, less comedy? For me, the way they embarrassed Vegeta over and over again from at the beginning took away from the suspense and the atmosphere. I like the way it's written. It has some flaws, but I like the comedic tone to it. I like that it does have a lot of serious and action-packed moments. So I think they do a pretty decent job of balancing it. That's just my opinion, of course. I don't know what you guys think. But in terms of Vegeta, I like the more up... I think most people like it when Vegeta is kind of more of a cocky asshole, or he is uptight, I guess is what you could say. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. It was very strange to see Vegeta in Super acting the way he was, even from this first episode, because at the end of the Buu saga he was changing. He had changed into what he was going to be in the 10-year, you know, at the tournament after 10 years of the defeat of Kid Buu. You know, at the end of the Z, he was completely different, and I think GT represented what his character was evolving into way better than Super did, even though, to be fair, Super is in between the Buu saga and that tournament. But I just think that after the Buu saga, he had already softened up enough where now he's kind of like how he was at the beginning of the Buu saga, rather than what he was at the end. I think as Super has gone along, he's gotten a little bit better, but that's just the way I see it, I guess. You may remember me. I have but a simple question for you. I am writing a ballad of epic proportions in your honor, sweet Josh, and I must know something. This magnificent poem, should it be romantic or heroic? I think it definitely should be romantic. Everyone needs a little romance in their life. I mean, I'm already pretty great, so I don't need anything heroic written about me. We all know I'm perfect. But a romantic poem could be interesting to read. So, maybe I'll do it on a video. I don't know about that. We'll see about that if you want that. Do you think in Dragon Ball Super we will see a transformation resembling Super Saiyan 4? Or will we see the Great Ape form again? Again, the ape, like I said earlier, I don't know if we're ever going to do anything with Tails again. But Super does have a way of bringing old ideas back. If they can manage to get an ape in some aspect, that'd be cool. But all the Universe 6 Saiyans don't have tails, and no one on Earth in our universe has tails. So I don't know where it's going to come from. Same thing going for Super Saiyan 4. Obviously, you're not saying Super Saiyan 4. You're saying something resembling Super Saiyan 4. I think that with the new girl Broly thing, it's a possibility we could see a Super Saiyan 4 looking character. Maybe it's not a transformation, maybe it's just a character that looks like a Super Saiyan 4. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not, but it is, in my opinion, now it's possible. It's not likely, I don't think, but after that, I mean, anything really is possible. It really is. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, it just means it is a possibility. Meaning a 1% chance, maybe. 1% chance or more. How about that? And let's just do this one. Who's your favorite character in Dragon Ball Super? Goku. Goku's my favorite character of all time. So yeah. But that'll do it for the Q&A today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. As always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this, of course, and I'll catch you later.